Faraday presenta Ojos con Alergia y Picazón contra el jardinero. Y el ganador es Faraday Extra Fuerte. Para aliviar la picazón de los ojos por alergia, actúa más rápido y supera a Claritin y Flonase aún a las 24 horas. Faraday, adelante.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
So, you listen to this show, you know the Police Athletic League saved my life. And at their luncheon today, guess who was the keynote speaker? Mom Donnie, the socialist mayor of New York. I will pass. We will get to the Supreme Court victory for the Trump administration as it relates to the border. But a few housekeeping matters first, if you will. Dominic Carter here with you. The number to reach me live, 800-848-9222. DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. A DEI executive for J.P. Morgan Chase. And I'll call her, for argument's sake, Pork Chop 2. What is it with all of these fried pork chops when it comes to weight? I'll break it down a little bit. And I know, I'm guilty myself with the Whoppers yesterday, Burger King Whoppers. I had some Whoppers. Those Whoppers were just calling me. But this DEI executive for J.P. Morgan Chase, she goes to the New York Knicks parade, right? Okay, sounds good, sounds wonderful. But she's caught on camera emptying a New York City garbage can onto the ground. The garbage, she puts it right back onto the ground, and the can was full. Why? Because the can was decorated in New York Knicks colors. And so after she put the garbage back on the ground, she walked away with the garbage can. Ew. Listen to this, folks.
When I saw this video, I thought, maybe this is AI? Like, what is this? Turns out it's all real. Her name was Angie Baez. She's 40 years old. And she was caught on camera emptying out this trash can right into the street because she wanted the Knicks trash can for some kind of Knicks championship parade that was going on. I mean, just the whole thing out, splattered out all over the street. Turns out, oh, this is priceless. She is was, because she just got fired, a DEI, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion executive for J.P. Morgan Chase. I mean, they got rid of her pretty fast, right? Taking out the trash, taking on new meaning right now.
And so, who wants a New York City garbage can? That's steel can that's literally on the street with all the rats and all the bacteria. And cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, this lady in her Knicks gear, Pork Chop 2, what's the best way to say this? So the lady that was twerking, that got into the fight that went viral with TMZ, I call her Pork Chop 1 because she had enough derriere for about 15 people, and the thong just disappeared when the other woman she was fighting with pulled her shorts down. It just said poof and disappeared. So we'll call this lady Pork Chop 2, Pork Chop 2. She's now unemployed. DEI. And while I'm on DEI, one of the reasons, one, that I don't support it, I can give you many. Have you ever listened to these events when they do the training and they start talking about the diaspora of Africa and blah, blah, blah? And it's like, what does this have to do with the year 2026 and me and my colleagues? And they want to lecture you on black history and this and that and why you're the worst person on the planet. I don't think so. I'll pass. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. Second housekeeping matter. Governor Hochul of New York, I hope your re-election campaign is better than when you lead a cheer for a professional football team. I hope your campaign has a lot more going for it than what it sounds like when you lead a cheer for the Buffalo Bills of the NFL. Because nobody, listen to this, folks, was buying it.
Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go, Buffalo! All right, seriously? You're going to win a championship season with that kind of enthusiasm? Men and women of labor, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go, Buffalo! All right, we got to give this place some good karma, right?
an NFL team, the Buffalo Bills, that does very good every year. And Governor Hochul of New York couldn't even get the crowd to join her at an event and cheering on the Buffalo Bills. Governor, I hope your re-election campaign has more energy than that. Let's go Buffalo. While we're on sports, the third housekeeping matter, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is an endangered species in the WNBA, the Professional Women's Basketball League. Why? Because she's white and because she's straight. And they are doing everything in their power to break her. They know politically that Caitlin Clark can't say anything because she's white in a all-black league with 80% lesbians. I don't know if that's the proper term, whatever we want to call them, okay? And I always say makeup, man, makeup. We need to see some more makeup on these players. Okay, so Caitlin Clark, she's done nothing to no one except for be a generational player. And what happened to her the other day? What happened to Caitlin Clark just the other day? Well, there's a player in the league that plays dirty, right? For Phoenix. Her name is Alyssa Thomas. And Alyssa Thomas drives her fist and knee into Caitlin Clark's knee and throat area while diving for a loose ball.
Caitlin to the ground, and that's a hand to the neck, and then Alyssa Thomas steps over.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that this is happening. 800-848-9222. Caitlin Clark's only crime, what did she do? She's a white girl that's good playing basketball. And the truth of the matter is, I say it, some of you may not like it. The black girls in the league, they don't like it. They don't like that they can't ball with Caitlin Clark. They can't beat her. So they're using every dirty tactic in the book. And also because she's straight. I don't get it, folks. It's not right. Okay, I get the politics of our country, but it's almost like, I'm going to be real with you, it's almost like if you're white, you're being punished these days based on what's going on in society, right? With Black Lives Matter. Horrible what happened to Caitlin Clark. The phone number to reach me right now, 800-848-9222. I still want to focus on the protests at that Brooklyn coffee shop that occurred yesterday. And there should be a protest there every day in terms of what they did with Congressman Dan Goldman. It doesn't matter his politics. I find his politics utterly disgusting. He's far left. What happened to that man should not happen to anyone, telling him not to come back because he supports Israel. One of the protest speakers.
Anti-Semitic tropes, framing things as anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. AIPAC being monsters when in theory we know in reality he was saying all Jews are monsters, and that's why we can't stay silent. I also want to make one note of our incredible NYPD that takes care of us. NYPD. Truly, thank you to these heroes, these officers here that have really protected us when the pro-terror mobs, the pro-Hamas mobs have come after us. They've been the ones protecting us, so God bless you. And we know while the mayor wants to defund you, we will never let that happen. God bless you, NYPD.
That's right, NYPD. Thank you for what you do for all of us. I'm about to go to Diane in New Jersey, line 5, and we'll get to the Supreme Court victory for the Trump administration in just a minute. And also, guess what, folks? Traditional Democrats are starting to get nervous. Is something wrong in paradise between the relationship of New York Attorney General Letitia James and Mamdani? They both had the Working Families Party support. James was always at his side. James is now ringing the alarm bell about what Mamdani is doing. We'll get to all of that. And I just want to say this, right? When you think about this, folks, right? So Republicans want to lower taxes. What do some of these Democrat candidates want to do? They want to abolish ICE, abolish law enforcement, get rid of the NYPD, free all the criminals from jail. Republicans want your life to be better. They want you to have better schools, lower crime. What do these new Democrats want to do? These cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? They want it where the criminal has every advantage and you and I have absolutely nothing. Thank you very much, Mom Donnie. Let's go to Diane, line 5, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Diane?
Hello, Dominic. Thank you for being such a wonderful voice of reason. You are one of my inspirations, I must say.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
Yeah. For those of us who are very upset about this New York City election, even though I'm calling from New Jersey, it's making me almost sick. Remember, you can volunteer with local, whether it's a Republican club or a Republican committee. And let's face it, it's down to two choices. It's Democrat Socialists of America who are candidates or Republicans. And the Republicans are much closer to traditional American Judeo-Christian values.
Absolutely.
This is such an important election, and every vote counts. And if you're not willing to take action, then try to at least financially support your Republican candidates. I'm going to be 79 years old, Dominic, and
wow.
I've never seen
you don't
such
sound
an
it.
extreme situation. And I've been aware of politics for I don't know how many years, 60 years or whatever, and I've never seen anything like it with the communists trying to take over a country, and they're evil. These are not nice people. They're haters.
At all.
I'm very, very concerned, and I know you've got a great audience. They're very much in line with this type of thinking, but please, everybody, take some form of action because this is a very serious election coming up.
And I couldn't have said it better, Diane. Thank you for that great telephone call. Folks, you see something, say something. You know what's going on is wrong. We all are collectively responsible to change the madness of what these nuts want to do. Line 3, Robin in Brooklyn. Robin, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. So I live in Park Slope, Brooklyn, and my partner and I were out having coffee. We were out having some breakfast, and she wanted to walk past the Poetica coffee place in Park Slope. We were wondering if that was the place. So we did. We walked past, and I looked in, and I gave them the finger. And these two goons came running out. I didn't say anything. I didn't walk in. My partner was really angry about all this, and she was going to knock over the sign. I said, "Don't." Hey,
wait. Hey, Robin, I'm not supposed to say this, right? I'm really not supposed to say this, but you're my hero. You walked past there and gave them the finger?
Yeah, I'm a 70-year-old Jewish woman from Canarsie. And I'm really pissed. I wasn't raised to be passive. And yeah, I just walked by and gave them the finger. And these
you said two goons came out.
And they came running out. And I was wearing a University of Michigan hat because they said, go back to Michigan. I said, oh, I'm an old Brooklyn Jew. I'm 70. You're going to beat me up? And they kind of stopped. And they just kind of looked at me. Yeah, well, you're demented. There's something wrong with you. And my partner started yelling at them and saying the F word. Go fuck yourself, she said.
We can't say that. But thank you so much for the call. I got your point. I'm with you in theory. I agree with you in theory, Robin, in terms of this coffee shop. Shame on you, a Brooklyn coffee shop. 800-848-9222. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
When I saw this video, I thought, maybe this is AI? Like, what is this? Turns out it's all real. Her name was Angie Baez. She's 40 years old. And she was caught on camera emptying out this trash can right into the street because she won the Knicks trash can for some kind of Knicks championship parade that was going on. I mean, just the whole thing out, splattered out all over the street. Turns out, oh, this is priceless. She is was, because she just got fired, a DEI, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, executive for JP Morgan Chase. I mean, they got rid of her pretty fast, right? Taking out the trash, taking on new meaning right now.
Cannot make this up. So the lovely DMS just tweeted to me, right? So I said, ew, when it comes to these trash cans, right? I didn't even think about this, folks. Let's put this on the table, right? So she wants the New York Knicks garbage can painted in a New York City trash can painted in the colors of the Knicks, but it's still the trash can with the rats and all types of bacteria. DMS just tweeted to me at Dominic TV. She said, and don't forget, Dominic, the dogs urinate on the trash cans. I forgot all about that, DMS. You're so correct, but I'm not speaking to you, DMS. I'm not speaking to you. I'm not speaking to Judith in Brooklyn. I'm not speaking to Liz in Florida. I'm not speaking to Sandra in New Jersey. I'm not speaking to Gracie in Rockland County. I'm not speaking to Sherry, the retired police officer. Because you ladies, all you ladies say you got my back, and you look at my social media, and not a one of you said, Dominic, it's time to go get a haircut, brother. The gray is showing. None of you said, Dominic, and neither did you, Carlos. You don't look at me like that. You nor Philippe, you guys didn't say one word. Now, yes, Carlos and Philippe, these are the guys that work hard for the money. When I'm just arriving, they have been working on the show for hours to get it ready. So I have to give those guys a pass. But to all you ladies, and we take all you calls from you women in America, not a one of you sent me an email. You send me an email about everything else to say, Dominic, it's time to go get a haircut. Let's go back to your telephone calls. I'm only joking, I think. Let's go to Rick, line 5, Connecticut. What's on your mind, Rick?
Hello, Dominic. Good to speak to you. It's a great show as always, and you're always 99%. You're always right on point. I want your opinion on this. This Democrat Social America. These are straight up communists. The name Democrat Social Americans, this is a front for communists. Now, there's a law in the books passed in 1954 by Congress and signed by President Eisenhower, the Communist Control Act of 1954. This prohibits anybody being part of the United States government who's a communist. You are not allowed to be in any government.
Right, but I'm up against a break, Rick. They're not going to admit they're communists, so there goes that. They're smart enough to say they're a Democrat. They're not going to admit that.
Of course, you're right, Dominic, and I agree. But you know there's something that has to be done. I don't know what can be done, but you're taking over, and this is, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I thought that might be the answer to apply that rule.
Right. They're way too slick for that. They won't admit it. But, Rick, thank you for the great call. It's something for me to look into. Folks, I got to take a break. I got to get a haircut, but I got to take a break. I can't believe the gray is showing. We are coming right back. 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Caitlin to the ground, and that's a hand to the neck, and then Alyssa Thomas steps over.
Now, the fact that Alyssa Thomas stepped over Caitlin Clark, that alone can be a big no-no and a technical foul. But to put your hand on her throat while she's on the ground acting like you're trying to get up, I mean, my God. And word just came down that Alyssa Thomas has been suspended for 1 game. Suspended for 1 game. What's happening to Caitlin Clark, America, in the WNBA, it's wrong. It's downright wrong. It's almost like a violation of civil rights. She's under constant, nonstop attack, pokes in the eye, elbows. Why? Because she's white in a league that's 80% African American and gay. Beat her on the court. Stop her game. It's not the league. Why is this happening? Because they know that Caitlin Clark, the players, right? They know she can't say peep. Why? Because she's a white girl in America in 2026. If she says anything, that's privilege, and she's engaging in racism if she says anything. So she has to shut up and take it. It's not right. Okay, I'm going to get to the Supreme Court in 1 second. Victory for the Trump administration. I'm looking at a message just sent to me from our friend Sandra in New Jersey. I hope I'm not revealing something private here, Sandra. Sandra says, sorry, but I find salt and pepper on a man very attractive. Nope. No, Sandra. No, Liz in Florida. No, ladies. You should have sent me an email to say, Dominic, you need to go get a haircut. The gray is showing. Okay. I'm going to tell you about another little problem that I have a bit later. And to you folks near Astoria, Queens, I'll be there at a street fair on Sunday. I look forward to chatting with you Sunday morning into the afternoon in Astoria. Let's do this. The Supreme Court finally giving one lately going towards the Trump administration. It makes all the sense in the world.
This other decision dealing with the border was about if you have to arrive in the U.S. to start an asylum proceeding or an asylum claim, what if you're held on the side in New Mexico? You're not allowed to come in. Immigration advocates had said people should be accepted there, but the court said no. It says we decide only that an alien standing in Mexico does not, quote unquote, arrive in the United States. The INA, International Immigration Law, neither entitles such an alien to apply for asylum nor requires an immigration officer to inspect him. So a win for the Trump administration and the border policy that they're trying to control here, saying if you're not in physically U.S. soil, you cannot apply for asylum claims. More decisions to come.
So thank you, President Biden, for ruining everything for Americans. Think about this, folks. And President Trump is standing up for us. Think about this for a second. You're not even in America. You're at the soil near America, but you're not in America. And these advocates say, oh, no, they should have legal protection because they're near America. No. That is stupid and ridiculous. It's either you're in the country or you're not. It's either you're pregnant or you're not. There's no in between. The advocates, you might as well say, oh, they're half pregnant. I don't think so. Either you're in America or you're not. And if you're not in America, it's time to stop the pimping of the American people. Republicans want what's good for Americans. These socialists, these Democrats, they want to ruin everything. The party of criminals. 800-848-9222. Trouble in paradise, it looks like, between the New York Attorney General Letitia James and her ally, Mamdani. They used to be two peas in a pod at events together, taking pictures together. Now, after what happened Tuesday with the primaries, Letitia James is speaking out, saying that Mamdani's control is enough is enough.
But New York Attorney General Letitia James is striking a different tone, saying, quote, some of the candidates that he has supported are individuals who do not understand the politics of New York City. All of us are a little frustrated with the Democratic Party, but you don't blow it up. Okay. The woman that beat Adriano Espaillat, Upper Manhattan, right, parts of the Bronx, this lady is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She led the protests at Columbia University while she's a student there, right? And she's not from New York. She wants to close every jail. She wants no police. Everything that does away with the American way of life, that's what she's for. And she's going to Congress. And you thought Ilhan Omar was bad? Well, Ilhan Omar has already congratulated her because now she has support. And this is all wrong for America, folks. I'm sorry. This is not the American way. And to you people that didn't turn out to vote, you ought to be ashamed of yourself because you're complicit in taking America over the cliff. And if you voted for these people, there's nothing I can say to you because you really have lost it. 800-848-9222. Line 3, John in Yonkers. John, what's on your mind?
Dominic, good afternoon. Just a quick question, Dominic. I noticed during the protest yesterday in front of the coffee shop that there was an Hasidic community protesting against their own nationality across the street. Dominic, right. An explanation, please? Why did
they're a group that constantly are out there. I question who's funding them. They're out there. They're a fringe group. You notice I didn't mention it because I don't even think they're relevant to the story at all. I bet my last dollar they were paid to be there for the image of exactly what you are raising, John. Is there anything else you want to comment on before I move on to the next call?
No, thank you, Dominic. Good job. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Let's go to John, line 5, Staten Island. John, what's on your mind?
How are you?
Good. Go ahead, please.
So you have to stress how important the primaries are and being a registered Democrat. Nobody gets the process that in New York City, you need to have a voice in the primaries. Very, very important. Nobody talks about it. It is so important. I live in Staten Island. I went to early vote, and in South Shore, they said, you can't vote here. So what are you talking about? Oh, they just figured I was a registered Republican. Everybody's got to be a registered Democrat, or else you have no voice in New York.
Right. Well, but John, if people don't know that by now, that you have to be a member of the party in order to vote, then I don't know what to say to you. If you don't know that at this stage, I don't know what to say.
But the primaries are so important, Dominic.
They are, and people should turn out and vote. But you can't vote in another party's primary unless you're in the general election, and then it's not a primary.
I agree, but you have to. That's why everybody should be registered Democrat in New York City. Everybody should.
Yeah, well, now that you're making a great point there. That you're making a great point. If you want to have an impact, be a registered Democrat, and then you can influence the process. You're correct about that, John. Thank you for the great call. Let's go to line 3. One of the ladies that didn't tell me to get a haircut, Judith in Brooklyn. But before Judith comes on, let me say this, folks. I've said this before. The easiest things in the world for everybody else are the most difficult for me, right? So all of you great listeners, you told me, the bump near your eye, you have to take it seriously. You have to take it seriously. Stop kidding around. So I go to the dermatologist. The dermatologist sends me to the surgeon, the plastic surgeon. The plastic surgeon next month is going to. We lost Judith. The plastic surgeon is going to deal with this, right? But then now she's back. The plastic surgeon says, I need you, Dominic, to put a warm press, whatever, on your bump 5 times a day. Prior to the surgery, and he agreed he's going to put me to sleep because he said it's going to take 30 minutes, and I can't stand there for 30 minutes watching him carve up my face. But anyway, he said put a warm compress on the bump 5 times a day. I've managed to make it to maybe 1.5 times a day. I don't know how you folks find time to do stuff like this. But let's go to Judith, line 3 in Brooklyn. Judith, what's on your mind?
Hello.
Hi, Judith.
How you doing?
I'm good, but you didn't tell me I need a haircut.
I'm glad. I want to tell you something. I'm glad you're telling me that because I couldn't believe you threw up my name. Because guess what? I don't see you. I hear you.
So you don't go on social media? You don't look at social media? No.
I am not on any social platform.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
6 years ago, listen, Dominic. 6 years ago, I got off Facebook. I was on Facebook, and I'm still on Facebook, but I haven't been on there for over 6 years. Why? Guess how many times Facebook threw me off in less than a year because I'm a Trump supporter? Guess how many times? Can you guess?
How many times?
6 in less than a year. Because they wanted to make sure the community is safe because I'm a Trump supporter. This goes back like 6. So I had it with Facebook. I'm not on any social media. And guess what? I found myself on Facebook sometimes there for 6 hours straight, answering robots probably, answering this, straightening back. It was ridiculous. It's like enough.
Well,
so
the reason why I'm going to let you have your say, Judith. The reason why I have to limit my time, especially on Facebook, and Marilyn's always over my shoulder watching me because she knows that I'll slip and tell you exactly what I think of your criticism. And then it could be a problem, one of those emails. Dominic has decided to pursue other career opportunities. And, you have to ignore it. I'm like, I'm not a turn the cheek type person. Anyway, Judith, go ahead.
Neither am I, by the way. I want to tell you something. Here's the other thing I want to ask. You ever heard of the name Marilyn? Does she not?
Yeah. She didn't say anything. Sometimes she'll cut my hair for me. But you ladies cover everything else. Yes. Right now, Maryland's in Rhode Island. But yes. But you ladies are the ones, you can't eat this, do this, exercise that, blah, blah, blah. And nobody says, Dominic, go get a haircut. But anyway, what's on your mind today, Judith?
But Dominic, you look yourself in the mirror, you shave, right? Do you not see if you have gray hair or not? And number 2, I agree with Sandra. there is such a thing as very distinguished looking.
No.
Yeah.
You just made me laugh as you just did your imitation of me. So what's going on politically, Judith? I haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on?
I'm taking a vacation from political. I am so sick. And the more crazier everything gets, the more I get connected stronger to God. I'm very sorry. I turned to God. I said, God, you got a plan up there, and that's it. I can't anymore. It's just too crazy. It's too much. I refuse to get upset. And that's it. I'm just done. You know, I listen to you. I get entertained. I love the callers. They're great callers. I want you to know, and I'm enjoying it.
I want you to stay with me. Stay with me here live, Judith. I want to bring in Marco in New Jersey. Judith is here to help me. Marco, what's on your mind?
Yeah, this question is for you, Judith, and all like the 5 listeners you have.
Okay, get to the point. My ratings are higher than most people. Go right ahead. What is the point you want to make?
Yeah, have you ever, has your family ever, damn, I forgot what I was going to say.
Right. It's about your intelligence level. Right. You forgot what you were about to say, right? You so busy trying to throw daggers at people, you forgot your point. Did it come back to you yet, Marco, hater number 1?
Yeah. Has an illegal alien ever taken food from the mouth of your family? Or have you ever lost a job due to an illegal alien?
That's easy. An illegal alien has taken food from all of us. Judith, I'll let you respond.
You know, I'm going to tell you something, Dominic. Forget Marco, because Marco is like clown. I'm sorry. I mean, I like you, Marco, but what I tell you, you should come up with something a little bit more serious and more credible and more common sense. I would take you more seriously, you know? But you're always like dissing Dominic and dissing everybody else. So what should I tell you? But you know what, Dominic? I was yesterday in Manhattan. And I drove, and you know how sometimes you have to have a bathroom stop, right? So I'm on the FDR, and I know on 61st Street is an exit on FDR, and I had to go further up. But anyways, there was... Hey,
wait, Judith. Wait, Judith, I like what you just did with Marco. You're like, boy, please. You responded and then kept moving. Hey, Marco, meet Mr. Click. We'll talk another day. Line 4, Greg in Michigan. I don't know how many times I have to say this. You are banned from the program until July 11th. I said it last night. I'm saying it again now. Stop calling every day. You're going to be banned permanently if you keep it up. Go ahead, Judith.
Dominic, you're not going to believe this. I was in total shock. So I get off 61st, and I said, okay, there's a beautiful hotel over there, and every time there's no problem. I walk, doorman service, walk in, I go to the bathroom. I come to, on 61st by York, and it's like 62nd Street. There's a beautiful big hotel. I go in there. Guess what? It's turned into a shelter. It's turned into a shelter.
Wow.
It's a beautiful hotel. They took it over. Mandami City over here. It's into a shelter. And not only that, they didn't let me use their bathroom. I said, this is a shelter for whom? I couldn't believe it. And it's like they think they own the city. They own everything.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, final thoughts. That coffee shop in Brooklyn, you've got to give it to them, folks. I'm not saying do anything reckless or anything illegal, but this just can't be stomached. And congratulations to the Trump administration for its victory at the Supreme Court today. You can't be on Mexico soil and say, oh, because I'm here at the border, I should be treated as I'm here in the country. No. Doesn't work that way, folks. Doesn't work that way at all. We see your telephone calls here, and I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex, and Liz says your barber needs to send you a reminder. She says, I will happily remind you to get, you know what, to get a pedicure or whatever, all these good things. You know what, folks? Oh, but please stop eating fast food. Wait a minute, Liz, wait a minute. So like around here, these guys, Philippe, Carlos, Chris Liberty, the whole team, everybody, right? So they're always the social media folks. They're always doing the right things. But now I feel like perhaps, I hope this doesn't sound sexist, but some women many years ago, when I just see too much gray, I just start spazzing out. And I'm at the point of spazzing out right now. And yes, I'm going to work on the diet, but those Whoppers at Burger King yesterday in New City, I was minding my business, going from the pharmacy back home, and it just called me. and I just had to have those whoppers. Guess who's calling Hakeem Jeffries, right? The House Minority Leader. Those cuckoos, those socialists, and Mamdani, they're warning him as he appeared in an interview on CNBC.
They were saying, you're next, about Hakeem Jeffries. You're next, you're next, you're next. You can't think this is a positive development in New York politics, can you? And they'll just, Dems will be Dems or something like that. I don't see how you can say that. You need to reject those things. I think.
First of all, I've clearly rejected those things. That's number one. Number two, and my record speaks for itself, this is not a Dems will be Dems situation. Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America right now. Are you kidding me?
So, in other words, pivot. You didn't have anything to say. Pivot. Let's continue with your pivot to Trump, right? Let's continue with your telephone calls. Let's go to John, line 2, Long Island. John, what's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Dominic. I just want to say I'm proud that the Supreme Court is able to, well, some of them are able to, remove their politics from their excellent judgment. And of course, the usual suspects are still on the fringe. But, I think it's funny when the media says something like the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Trump administration, but if it's the left, they ruled in favor of democracy. So they didn't rule in favor of the Trump administration. They ruled in favor of the United States Constitution and the powers of the office of the President of the United States.
I agree with you, John. I couldn't have said it better. Thank you for the telephone call. Let's go to line 3, Norman in Oceanside. Norman, what's going on?
Hey, Dom. First time, long time. You have a great show. Bronx native to another Bronx native. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I got to say, if we want to, and I was a Democrat. I was on the plantation. I was on that plantation. But I'm going to tell you,
sure were.
If we want to take back this city, and I live on Long Island, but I work for this city. I'm a civil servant. We need to do a Trojan horse effect, and maybe have some Republicans transfer to the Democratic Party and vote in the primaries.
Right.
Because you just said we have no sway. We have no sway in this. So
none.
We have to do something because
something has to give. Hey, Norman, I got to step in because we're at the end of the program. You're making a whole lot of sense there. Folks, on America's darkest day, 9/11, America vowed to never forget. Help our nation keep that promise. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. The number 2T.org. I am back live at midnight.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?